Xbox has recently been making all the right moves with Game Pass, studio acquisitions, and a large support base for Xbox games all across the generations. They have been making very good decisions, which begs the question, does this spur any trouble for Sony? My overall answer is sort of a yes and a no. I'm sort of in the middle, and in this video I will be giving my reasons why I think this way. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. So, the biggest card that Microsoft is playing right now is how all of their exclusive games will be available to Game Pass on day one at a very affordable price. This differs greatly from Sony's strategy, where they instead charge their gamers full price for each of their new games. This will put a lot of pressure on Sony, as their method of selling games is much less affordable. Sony has already tried to combat this with the PS Plus collection, which offers many great games at an affordable price, and I'm happy PlayStation has come up with this amazing collection to compete with Game Pass. However, it still can't compare with the rich library of games in Xbox Game Pass, as Game Pass has just much more games in their catalog, which is understandable since it's at a higher price than the PS Plus membership. However, Xbox Game Pass always has games being regularly added to its catalog, unlike the PS Plus collection, which has not had any games added to it since the launch of the PlayStation 5. On top of that, every new Xbox Studio game will be added to Game Pass day one, which is something Sony is not doing with their first party games. So overall, I don't think the PS Plus collection is enough to compete with Game Pass. Even PS Now, which has been slightly neglected by Sony, is not enough to compete with Game Pass, as Game Pass just has much more games, plus Sony's first party titles aren't coming to PS Now day one either. I think Sony should just merge with PS Now and PS Plus and offer it together at a reasonable price. It's probably the best case scenario for them, as Sony has stated that the Game Pass route is not sustainable for them. In conclusion, I think Game Pass will really put Sony on their toes this generation and would probably take some revenue from them, as it's just a much more consumer friendly model when compared to Sony's strategy. I don't think it will be enough to completely take away the competition, as there are many people still willing to buy Sony's exclusives at full price since their games are at such a high quality. However, it will still cause Sony some losses unless they suddenly decide to come up with a Game Pass of their own. Another huge advantage that Microsoft has over Sony is their backwards compatibility. I'm glad that Xbox is very serious about preserving their gaming legacy across the generations, and I really hope Sony follows suit. Game preservation is very important, as tons of people like myself love to replay our older games. I'm a bit worried that PlayStation might not do this, as the current CEO of PlayStation is not really keen on preserving old games, which is a shame. I'm still glad that we are at least able to play PS4 games on the PS5, but I hope it's a small step in the right direction of making almost every PlayStation game across the generations backwards compatible, as it's a very pro-consumer move, and tons of people love to go back to their old games once in a while, just like me. So, is PlayStation really in trouble? I think that if they continue with the path they are going on, they will probably not do as well as Microsoft this generation, as Microsoft just has a much better ecosystem and game service. Don't get me wrong though, PlayStation will still do very well with their banger exclusives that are quite high quality, but I think they are shooting themselves in the foot by not having a direct competitor to Game Pass, as that is clearly the future of how we are going to consume games. So this will result in PlayStation not doing as well as Microsoft this generation. At least that's what I think. I think that all PlayStation needs to do is to merge PS Now and PS Plus as one and keep adding some interesting games to compete a bit more with Game Pass. But hey, this is just my opinion. What do you guys think about Microsoft's and Sony's approaches this generation? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. And with that being said, this has been 2367 Ruben, signing out.